Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I'm Aaron.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Cole.
Oh, we slim it hard so you don't have to. You were supposed to say the joke instead of your name.
Go.
Oh.
Do it. Do it now.
Do you just say the joke?
Just say
What's
it.
the
Just
most
let it
important part
in.
of
It's
a
often
joke?
said.
Timing.
It's often
Just
said
let
that
it
women are
in.
attracted to funny men. This is not true. It only appears this way because women laugh at everything a very handsome man says.
That's good.
It's very fitting
It's like how like
for the end of
people.
last week's episode.
It's like how people are like. They're like, I became wealthy because, everyone wants to be around me or something like my magnetic personality.
yeah,
They're like, no, people
Yeah.
want to be around you because you have a lot of money.
You have money. Yeah. So there's that video of Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying "Sweet Baby Ray's," and it's very
Yes.
funny
I haven't seen it.
because
I've seen like memes about it.
well, it's a video. Yeah, I haven't seen the actual
I
video
don't think
either,
I've seen
but
the
there's-
original. Yeah.
It's like some live stream he did while he's smoking.
Oh
or just
yeah.
grilling
I
meat.
did see part of that
Yeah.
And he says
ages ago.
"Sweet Baby Ray's" like 10 times, and so somebody spliced it together all the times. It's like, have you guys seen the freaking pastor who keeps saying "why"?
No.
Why? Keep saying why. Oh my gosh. It's one of the funniest things ever.
Does he in the video?
so
Does he say
he's-
the sauce is boss?
The sauce is boss. Here.
Sauce.
I'm gonna share with audio here for 1 second.
So that Mark Zuckerberg thing
good.
is popular again because during the Meta announcement,
Okay, here, listen.
he like had a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's up on the shelf. That's the whole thing.
Cole, that was not long enough.
So dumb. Yeah, so
Do it again.
it came
Three
that
times
Sweet
is
Baby
not enough.
Ray's. Should I do it again?
Yeah.
I need more than
I'm
3.
And I'm
My kids.
Why?
My kids have been watching on my YouTube account lately, and it's totally screwing up my algorithm.
Oh, that's
oh my
funny.
gosh.
Because I have YouTube Premium, so it lets them not have to watch ads. But it's not worth it though, honestly. It's like full of Mr. Beast videos now. Like, look at my recommended.
Oh, did you guys
videos.
ever try the Mr. Beast burgers?
I told you I did.
You did. Okay.
It was way
Oh,
too good.
I told my wife about
Yeah.
them, and I really want to try them, and then I forgot.
is making for dinner. Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I hope delicious. But hopefully for Canadian Thanksgiving you get to
This is too long. But in the video, he has like friends. He has friends around him,
Yeah.
and you can tell they're all just like dead inside. And they're basically like they're just along for the ride. Like
Yeah.
like they're around this billionaire, so they know that anything they do is going to be paid for, right? Maybe they'll get money out of it. See, that's like the weird thing though. Like, how does it actually, like, would he, I don't know. Like, anytime a professional athlete, gets rich, there's like a million people that want to be around him and be a part of his entourage and stuff. But like, I guess it's not like they're giving them actual cash or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. They're just like paying for nights out and
I guess, yeah.
going places and stuff.
I mean,
maybe
come on. We've all seen Entourage. We know how it works.
I've
like
never
nobody.
seen Entourage.
I haven't seen Entourage.
Yes, you have.
What are you talking about? No, I haven't seen Entourage.
You're
Mark
serious?
Zuckerberg is just—he's still trying to fill it.
What do you mean am I serious? It was on freaking HBO.
You told me you have HBO.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but no
using
one's
it
going
watch
back to watch
freaking
Entourage.
The only
That is
thing
a-
I know about Entourage is the stuff they joke about on the Dan Patrick Show. So I know
It
that
is,
there's
it is a
a
well-known
character
fact
named
that show is not good.
I know that there's a character named Turtle. I know
Yeah.
that Mark Wahlberg plays himself in the show, maybe.
Hmm.
It's a really weird premise for a show.
There's a guy named Ari.
Ari.
The Entourage.
Oh, is it Ari
based-
Shafir?
It's Jeremy
No.
Piven.
No, Jeremy.
That's right.
Jeremy Piven plays. Here's a weird thing about the show is that Jeremy Piven plays a character who's an actual character. He's one of the only people in the show who's playing a character named Ari Gold, and Ari Gold is a real life person, but he's played by
That's-
Jeremy Piven, and
It's weird.
I've seen interviews with Jeremy Piven where he said, like, he was at a stop sign in Beverly Hills in a like convertible, and somebody like pulled up next to him and was like, "Hey, Ari, I've got this idea that I want to swing by you," and he's like, "What?" And then the guy starts talking like,
weird.
"Okay, so what do you think about?" And it's like some movie pitch, and he was like, And then before he could say anything, the light turned green. The guy goes, "Oh, I'll call your office. I'll call your office." And then drove away. And he was like, "What?" And he said that happens like all the time. I mean, it did back.
No,
Back when the
Ari
show was on.
Gold is a fictional character on the comedy drama television series Entourage.
So the real person's
Is he
name is
based-
Ari Emanuel, but it is Ari.
okay.
Is that the thing? How
That's what it says.
How do people mix that up?
You mixed it up. How did you do it?
Yeah. How did you do it?
Because I was told the
Ari's
story.
character is based in part on the real-life Hollywood agent Ari Emanuel, who broke away from the mega agency ICM to form Endeavor Talent Agency, which represents such stars as Vin Diesel and Larry David, both of whom are represented on the show by the fictional Ari Gold. Likewise,
Interesting.
both Emanuel and Gold represent series producer Mark Wahlberg. Oh, so he's playing Mark Wahlberg's agent.
So in the show, he plays this guy, but the dude's actual clients are also the clients on the show.
Yeah.
That's so weird and dumb.
That's the
And, yeah,
confusing.
and
It makes sense
and
though,
the
'cause
show is
the show is
full of-
about it's about Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes. Yes, it is.
no.
You're not listening. It is.
You're trying to like read deeper into my question than I'm saying Mark Wahlberg plays himself in this show.
Okay,
Oh,
let me
that's
tell
not what
you.
I was saying. No, the show is based. So Mark Wahlberg made the
He's
show
producer. Yes,
based on his own life.
yes. Except he is rarely in the show.
I'm not
In
saying the show does not. The show is not about. Okay, the plot of the show does not
That's not like a
revolve around the
freaking
character
biography.
of Mark Wahlberg, but the main character of the show,
Better.
Entourage, is based on the actual person, Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, so it isn't.
Okay.
So
Better.
this Ari thing fits then. So Mark
So-
Wahlberg is not in the show.
He is in the show,
Listen.
Does he play himself?
but he plays himself.
He
But the
plays
main
himself
character,
briefly.
Vincent Chase, is based on Mark Wahlberg's actual life.
So the
So Mark
fictional
Wahlberg
character,
plays himself, but he's not represented. He's not
Yes.
acting out his actual life, or is not based on his
That's
character's
better.
not based on his own life.
No, here's
He
what
happens
happened.
to play a character
Let me-
named Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, this is
That's
no
weird.
false. This is what happened. Mark Wahlberg said, "I'm going to make a show about my life."
There's like we've got one
Listen to Aaron
Entourage
read
super
Wikipedia.
fan.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm making this. I'm saying this top of the dome. Mark Wahlberg
I
said,
could tell you, or Aaron could read Wikipedia.
"I'm not
There you
reading
go.
Wikipedia. I'm telling you this out of my brain." He said, "I'm going to make a show about my life, but I'm going to fictionalize it, and me,
He's doing
the
good
person
so far.
who's me, is going to be called Vincent Chase,
Yes.
and the show is going to be about me and my friends." But it's going to be this guy Vincent, who's me, and all of my friends are going to have characters based on them as well.
Yes.
That's
okay.
how it started.
Aaron's
Then
doing
later, after the show had been going for a while, Mark Wahlberg is like, "Hey, now that this show's doing really good, I'm going to be on the show as myself."
False.
So
That is freaking
He was in the
weird.
pilot episode.
Okay, in the pilot episode. So there's a fictionalized Mark Wahlberg. There's a fictionalized character based on the real life Mark Wahlberg. Then there's another fictionalized Mark Wahlberg character played by the real life Mark Wahlberg.
It's like when Lou Ferrigno showed up in the newer Hulk movie.
Yes, it is like that.
It's exactly like that.
So Mark Wahlberg.
That is really weird.
So Mark Wahlberg pitched some idea like, "Hey, I've got lots of."
He said,
crazy
"Hey,
stories
Ari."
about me and my buddies. Yeah, probably. I've got some really crazy stories about me and my buddies as I became a Hollywood star.
Yes.
And my friends are not famous, have never been famous, but like we kept getting into these situations, me and my not famous friends, because of me becoming more and more famous. And
Yes.
so what do you think about as an idea for the show? And somebody said, sure. And he produced it. And then in the pilot episode,
That's exactly what I said, just in more words.
in the pilot episode, there's the protagonist of the show with his 3 buddies,
Mm-hmm.
and they're walking down the street in Hollywood, and Mark Wahlberg and I believe his actual real friends,
His entourage.
his actual real entourage, they like cross paths in and like say hi to each other, and they're like, "Oh, what's up?" Blah, 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 blah. And I don't know how often Mark Wahlberg makes a
So he wasn't like
reappearance
he wasn't like a continuing. That was just like a
Not
joke
really.
they played then. It was like an
It was
Easter
just a
egg.
joke, yeah.
Yes.
But the show is
That makes
the
much
reason,
more sense.
The reason of the confusion for
Yeah,
the
I
Ari
get it.
part is because the show is full of actors playing themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of those actors who are represented by the fictional Ari on the show are also represented by the real Ari in real life.
Yeah.
And I assume
every once in a while-
he's involved with it or knows about it because he's probably Mark Wahlberg's agent too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just
Now,
said that.
I remember
He's
there's
Mark
one-
Wahlberg's agent.
Yeah, so he's like, hey, we're
There's
gonna
one
like
particular
make a dude of you in the show as well.
there's one episode that I remember. There's an episode with a character who's clearly supposed to be Harvey Weinstein, and I don't remember if they changed his name or not. This is before all the rape stuff.
Well,
but it was
before
like
came out.
before it came out public. Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
very publicly, and it was
Okay,
but-
in the show he's called Harvey Weingard.
okay, yes, and it was so it's an actor playing, and it was very clearly, obviously that guy, and everybody's like, yeah, you don't cross that guy. He's got a temper, and I don't remember how the scene plays out, but it was like the guy loses his mind, and one of the entourage like gets in this like conflict with him.
Mhm.
And it was like this big scene, and it's like, you're never going to work in this town again, and blah, 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 blah. But it was the kind of thing that was like, usually actors are like, oh, I'll play a version of myself, and it will be like, if it's weird and not flattering, it'll be for like comedic value.
Yeah.
And then like, I remember thinking, oh, it's kind of interesting that like this guy is not, he's not in the show. They're just making fun of him, and they hired an actor to make fun of him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like George Steinbrenner on
Seinfeld. Yeah.
So here's a little nugget. Both Emmanuel and Gold represent Mark Wahlberg. Ari Emanuel also once represented Jeremy Piven himself. And in an interview on the special features of the Season 3 Part 2 DVD, Entourage creator Doug Ellen says that Ari Emanuel demanded the Ari Gold part be cast to Piven and wouldn't accept anyone else to play him.
Weird.
Why?
Yeah. Can you imagine having like a really strong opinion on who plays you in a show and that person being Jeremy Piven?
I mean, I
I
If I was-
kind of really like
He's
Jeremy Piven.
one of the most forgettable actors. Like as I'm saying that and people are listening to this podcast, I guarantee, half of them could not pick him out of a lineup, even if, or
I mean,
they
you
could,
think?
they might
No.
recognize the name Jeremy Piven and they would recognize his face in a lineup and they would not know the two things matched. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure he
I
won
do,
awards
but
for that
That
part.
seems like a stretch to me. I think he's more well known than that. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna.
I mean, what else was
After-
he on? He was on
He was
Spy
in
Kids 4,
Serendipity.
obviously.
Dude, he was in freaking Gross Point Blank,
He was
and
on-
he was awesome.
He was in Gross Point Blank too?
Gross Point Blank 1.
Dude, he's been in a bunch of John Cusack movies. He was also in Say Anything. I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, he was.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact,
But like,
I think he was like, John Cusack was like, this is like, we're basically doing like a part 2 of Say Anything. That's what this is.
For Gross Point Blank?
Yeah.
But he's also
Listen,
in Serendipity with John Cusack.
Cole, when we're done recording, I'm going to find a best of Ari Gold, and I'm going to send it to you, and you will laugh. You will be offended, and you will laugh.
I would not. I have zero desire to watch anything Entourage related. I
Dude,
don't know why.
apparently, listen to this. This is
Who
the
was
top
the guy
5.
that looks like Jeremy Piven that was in News Radio? Is it Jeremy Piven?
Guy that looks like Jeremy Piven in News Radio?
That was Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that was
like-
Joe Rogan.
Oh, is it Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Cole, here's the thing.
They do kind of
Remember Tom Cruise in what was the jungle movie? Why am I blinking on what
She's
that's
all
called?
that.
No.
The what? The
jungle movie
Oh.
about jungle
Yes,
movies.
not Pineapple Express. Yeah, the one
Oh,
where
Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder.
yeah, Tropic Thunder. Yeah.
Okay, Tom Cruise, the part
Mhm.
Tom Cruise is playing is kind of an exaggerated version of Jeremy Piven's character in
Okay. He kind of looks like Jeremy Piven too.
He's an exaggerated
part.
looking version,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
it's like he's like bloated and like more gaudy jewelry and
Yeah,
clothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Part of I think I look at like the parts that these people usually play, like especially Mark Wahlberg, and just assume that show is not self-aware enough, but it probably is. Right?
It is and is not. It is like
it seems
it
like
is-
in my mind it's a very douchey show that's up its own
Yes.
butt.
it 100% is very, very douchey.
Okay. See, that's what makes me not want to watch it. Jeremy Piven was in Rugrats.
Jeremy Piven is an American treasure, and I think you need to reevaluate some of your things that
No,
you're saying
dude.
right now.
No, because here's the thing. He came up. He's kind of a one of a little Easter egg that comes up in Comedy Bang Bang once in a while. Because in one of the very early episodes, they said, "Does he sing Jeremy Piven?" And somebody thought they were saying, "Does somebody else sing a song called Jeremy Piven?" And at any rate, and I had to look up who he was, and I'm a very knowledgeable man. I'm a man
Aaron,
of
I will
the
say this
world.
about Jeremy Piven. A few years back, Jeremy Piven had to be like med evac'd to Cedar Sinai because he had eaten too much sushi and got mercury poisoning. And I
Okay.
feel like that is like the douchiest Hollywood.
It really is.
It's like
Literally, he deserved to die. Like he should have died.
you ate too much sushi and almost died.
Absolute. Yeah.
I mean,
The
that's a real
privilege.
thing. Mercury poison's real.
Just the
Yeah.
extravagance and the
Exactly.
opulence.
Thank you, Cole, for understanding. Aaron, no, thank you.
Yeah. All I'm saying is he deserved to die.
He was in Lucas.
Dude, he was in a movie called PCU.
Yeah, I know that one. It was like a
Oh,
David Spade is in that too.
yeah. So is John Favreau.
It's like a
So good and
like
yet
a
so
rip
dumb.
off like Party House, Animal House.
Yeah, it was
kind of
supposed to be
thing.
like a modern,
Yeah,
a
like
Gen
Next
X
Generation.
Yes, a Gen X Animal House. It's very dumb, but
Okay,
I loved it.
do you guys know Jeremy Piven's age off the top of your head?
It's like around
I'm gonna say
50-ish.
54.
55.
Yeah, he's like 55 or 56.
No,
Born in
no,
60.
no, he's 54. He's 54. Am
Okay.
I wrong?
No, I think you are. I think he's 56.
Jerry Piven
he's
is
born in
56 years old.
Yeah. But how much do you think his net worth is?
9 million.
More than that.
19 million.
You guys are talking about how he's like some freaking American treasure, and you say
No,
9 million?
Aaron is saying he's an American treasure.
He's not
I
an
think he's
American
worth
treasure.
$20 million.
I just don't
Net
think
worth.
someone's actual worth is based on their monetary worth.
Oh, here we go. Freaking communist Aaron over here. That's the only thing that matters, Aaron.
Net
I
worth
was
$20
literally
million.
just having that
Yes or no?
conversation tonight.
It's approximately $20 million, yes.
Yeah.
I was
Suck
talking
it.
about... Yeah, there's like... Can't there just be a career path for somebody who doesn't... Anyways, never mind. I was going down the same communist road that Aaron is trying to take me down.
Yeah, someone asked me the other day, like, trying to trap me. Like, do you have, like, entrepreneurial... I forget. I asked a question about, like, is it possible to have passive income without being exploitative?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, haven't you ever wanted to, like, start a business? And I was like, I mean, why are you asking me that?
It's very presumptive to assume that everyone would have... Like, I've literally never wanted to start a business.
Here's the thing.
Like, I
What's funny
almost
is
bought a
like
business.
passive
and
income
I
is not
didn't even
what
really want
starting a
to.
business. Starting a business is the opposite of passive income.
Yeah,
I
unless your
know
business
this.
is...
But the thing
It's
is,
freaking
I was
active.
thinking, like, I have never, like, some people don't want to, like, have a business. They want to be able to say that they started a business.
Yeah.
And I don't have that
Yeah.
desire, like, to say, oh, yeah, I started my own business. Like, I don't
I'm my
care.
own boss.
I'm already my own
Cole-
boss. You're still your own boss.
Yeah. But also, like... Well,
Not
I
my
think
job.
there are lots of passive... There's plenty of ways to have passive income that aren't exploitative, I think.
Yeah, I
But
think you're probably right.
like if you're a freaking YouTube creator or you're like a musician, right?
But I don't know if royalties technically counts as. I mean, I guess
Oh, they totally do. Like if you make a
it's
YouTube video and upload it and it just keeps making you money,
but it's based on work that you did. It's not like based on
but
someone
that's what
else's
passive
work.
income. Yeah, I think you have a very narrow view. Of
That's what I'm.
passive
No, that's what
income.
I'm saying. Like that, I think it's broader than I assumed, or
Yes,
that I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
totally.
originally. But
In your mind,
then
passive
any-
income was somebody else.
all
actively
income is
making,
passive.
It was somebody else actively making money for you.
Any income is passive, unless you get paid as you're doing the work.
Yeah, I mean, like panhandling. That's active income,
Yeah.
right?
But if I like work and then I
Stripping,
get a paycheck a
getting
week
tips.
later, that's passive.
Yeah, get like a waitress.
No longer
anything
doing the
based
work.
on anything where you're getting tips. I'm kind of sad that my first thought that came to mind was stripping when I was thinking of
Eh.
people that make tips. I guess, but
Strippers, arrow makers, they make tips.
they
Did
only
you say
take
arrow makers?
Yeah, they make
or like
arrow
rabbis.
tips.
They only take
gotcha.
tips.
Okay.
That's a solid. That's a solid joke out of. So Robin Hood Men in Tights. How long has it been since you guys watched that movie?
It's been a while, but it's good.
It's been a while. Way too long. Okay.
You're really starting
I'm
to
gonna play
piss me
something.
off. If I was you, I'd be more worried about getting pissed
I'm
on.
pissed on.
Okay, I'm gonna play a clip for you.
Do you have a game, Phil?
No, I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about Men in Tights.
Okay, but
all right.
just let me play this clip though.
If this clip is Entourage related, I'm leaving the podcast as soon as it's over.
Okay, I see it.
You're gonna watch the whole thing, but then you're gonna leave.
No, as soon as the podcast is over.
Shh, listen.
All I know is I don't want to sell anything or process anything or buy anything or process anything that's bought or sold or sell anything that's processed or bought or buy anything
Shut
that's
up,
processed
Aaron.
or sold.
What are you doing, Aaron? What are you even doing?
He's
You
ruining.
didn't even
there's no
share
s-
the- you
there's
didn't
no
even
sound
share
on the
audio,
clip.
Phil.
I know. I'm filling in the blanks.
You're gonna have to reshare or go up to the screen sharing options and add
I'm working
audio.
on it. If Aaron wouldn't have been so rude, it would have happened sooner. No. No, Brittany. No,
Dang.
Brittany.
Are you trying to share?
He was.
I was trying to
he said-
request remote
said
control.
request control your screen.
Hey, Phil.
This is not working. This is a very
You're
bad
fine.
thing
Shut up.
that's happening.
Okay, how about that? Now,
Hey,
is
I thought about this quite a bit, sir, and I would have to say, considering
that good? Can you hear it, Aaron?
Mhm.
yes.
what's waiting out there for me, I don't want to sell anything, buy anything, or process anything as a career. I don't want to sell anything bought or processed, or buy anything sold or processed, or
Process anything bought or sold.
bought or processed, or repair anything sold, bought, or processed. You know, as a career, I don't want to do that. So my father's in the Army. He wants me to join, but I can't work for that corporation. So what I've been doing lately is kickboxing.
Okay, he 100%, like the movie Gross Point Blank is 100% a 10-year like sequel to this movie, right? We need to watch that movie next. Can
I've
you
never
guys hear me?
seen Gross Point Blank.
We gotta watch it.
I hear you. I just thought we were past this.
We're not, Aaron. Past what, Aaron? Past talking about movies?
Past that moment in time where you mentioned that before, like
No.
10 minutes ago.
No.
And then you spent the next 10 minutes trying to find that clip, didn't you?
False.
I could see that. So Gross Point Blank is about a
So there's-
hitman, Cole, who returns home for his high school reunion.
Don't spoil it.
That's like
Actually,
that's
you know
not
what?
spoiling
Cole would-
anything.
The soundtrack.
Phil, you
Cole
can't
would
be
freaking
listening.
Love the soundtrack.
You can't be listening to somebody when all you're thinking about is the next thing you're going to say, you know?
Cole,
Have you been thinking about
think-
Gross Point Blank nonstop for the last 10 minutes?
no.
Yeah.
No.
So it's
Also,
it's
Phil,
like March or
as a
April
side
now.
note-
Kathy, I need you to reach over and smack Phil in the head because he's being
As
a
a
real
side note,
beehole
Phil,
right now.
Don't share your
Also,
browser.
happy Easter.
Don't share your browser window in the future until after we've played your game.
Oh no! Did you see all the?
I didn't see anything.
I saw a manufacturer.
You saw something bought, sold, and processed?
He did.
I processed something seen.
He processed something bought and sold.
All right, let's do this.
So that was a tactical
Okay.
error on your part. Okay, no, we're going to talk about Men in Tights for a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All right,
fine,
all right.
fine.
We're men in tights.
Tights. There are
Roam
lots
around
of
the country looking for fights.
so we've talked about. I think you
They
should.
may look like.
Why are you the way that you are?
Watch what you say, or else I'll punch out your lights.
And Phil has just
I
completely
ask myself
checked
that
out.
question
He's over
often.
there. Feels
I'm
like
right
watching
here.
TikTok.
I'm
We're
Listening
listening to you talk about Men in Tights, man.
Yeah, you said you
And
want
then
to
you
talk
started
about Men in
talking
Tights.
about, I think you should leave.
No,
The
then
conversation.
Aaron, you started interrupting him.
You started
He-
just singing. So
I'm
nobody
singing the
else
theme
could talk.
song of
So
Men in
nobody else could
Tights.
say anything. Do
Aaron,
you think that's a productive thing to do as a part of this
hush
conversation?
up, Aaron.
Yeah, I think it's good content.
It's not.
Also, how come sponsored content is not called spontent?
It's SpawnCon.
I know. It should be
Yeah.
spontent.
Everybody knows that.
I'm saying it should not be that. It should be
It should be
spontent.
concert.
Concert spontent. Yeah, SpawnCon's good. That's better.
It's a bad. There's a few things. It must have been pretty low budget. Everything is like very clean.
The movie?
They were not. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like
Oh, like the costumes.
all of the sets and all of the characters, like everybody looks very clean and well
Yeah,
groomed,
yeah.
and all the costumes are like completely clean, and the sets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
There are too many sequences that go on way too long. like the freaking Men in Tights song, or that awkward scene where they're like the love scene where they're watching the
chastity belt
silhouette or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a
that does
couple
go
of
on
the
for a
chastity
while.
belt scenes. I mean, part of my opinion of it is colored by the fact that I was watching it with my young children, but overall, a lot of the jokes hold up pretty well. There's a lot of like racial jokes that are pretty funny, meaning like jokes about like police brutality or other hot button issues, largely coming from Dave Chappelle, which is no surprise.
No surprise.
Yeah. And then there is a lot of just like dumb jokes that kids like. Oh, are you done, Phil?
Dave Chappelle's very funny in that
No,
movie.
he's not.
I've been listening the whole time.
Dave
Aaron has
Chappelle
been very
is-
disrespectful.
Dave Chappelle is really good.
What I'm doing is called active listening.
No, what you're doing is like a passive aggressive repeating what he's saying.
That is not
Yeah.
true. Is that true? I didn't mean that. That's not my intention.
You're bitter that we didn't want you to just constantly interrupt everything we say. And
But you
Be
can't help
right,
it. So
child.
instead of just interrupt, you let the valve out by just repeating what Cole says.
yeah.
Repeating what Cole says. Got it. Are you done making this about you?
Who?
You.
Who is making this about them?
Cole's trying to tell us about Men in Tights.
Why are we friends with
And
why are we
you
friends with him, Phil?
are making this about you.
This is like you're like the king of gaslighting.
I'm
Somehow
only joking.
you're trying to make us feel bad for you being the most annoying person on the planet, interrupting us
I accept.
constantly.
I accept that criticism.
Okay. That's all I have to say. It's a mediocre movie.
Continue.
Not the best.
Okay.
No, that's
but
all. I really didn't have anything else to say other than yes. It's
Okay, but-
the scene where he says, "Hey, Abbott," that still holds up. Awesome.
And you watch this.
They're all like, "Good day, Abbott." "Hello, Abbott." "Good day, Abbott." "Hey, Abbott." And he goes, "I hate that guy." Still hilarious. Do you guys not remember that scene? It's like the most memorable line
I
in
don't
the whole
remember that
movie.
scene. The most memorable line for me was, "Master Robin, you lost your arms in battle." But you
grown
grew
some
some
nice
nice
boobs.
boobs.
I don't know why. To me, the thing that the Abe Lincoln joke is
My
the
son-
one that
Yes, the Abe Lincoln one is very memorable.
that's the one.
My
that-
son literally, when they're pulling the castle away, that's when he says that you've grown some nice boobs. They repossess the castle, and Blinken is sitting there on the toilet, reading like a braille version
yeah.
of porno mag. My 10-year-old son literally said, "Oh, he laughed and he said he's reading a Playboy for blind people," and I was like, "How do you know?"
yeah.
It's
How
part of what's funny is like Playboy. Like how old is like on the one hand you're too you're too young to get it because it's inappropriate, but on the other hand like that hasn't been relevant in 30 years.
Yes. It's because you make him watch a lot of movies from the 80s. That's how he knows.
Exactly.
All of his cultural references are 20 years old.
Yeah.
The 80s were
Or they're-
like 30 to 40 years ago.
Didn't you say
crazy.
you watched Adventures in Babysitting with him?
No.
Oh,
Not
because
yet.
that whole movie is based on a Playboy magazine.
Wait, what?
Adventures
When you
in
say
Babysitting.
that, what I want to believe is that there was a Playboy magazine that had a fiction story section, and the story in that section is what the story for Adventures in Babysitting was based on. Is that what you're telling me?
No,
No, that's too bad.
no.
I don't
Aaron,
understand.
Aaron,
You're telling me
do you
that a Playboy
remember the
magazine
plot?
was prominently featured in the plot.
I remember that It's a story about a girl who's babysitting some kids, and then
Yes.
they have an adventure.
Okay, that's accurate.
That's all I remember about the plot, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying like the magazine is like the MacGuffin of the film?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like
So-
the movie was written based on a magazine.
No.
Yeah,
for
that's
some
what I was
reason,
hoping.
the
Like the letters to the editor section.
Elizabeth Shue
Yeah.
is she's the babysitter, and
But she like looks like someone else.
she looks yes
Yeah,
she
the centerfold.
it looks like the centerfold,
Yeah.
and it keeps coming up that it's like, hey, aren't you Miss whoever?
Yeah. No, you're thinking of Under Siege.
I know it's the same, but it's like that ain't Miss
Okay.
July.
And Thor just like grabs her by the earlobe.
Wait, that doesn't happen, does it?
No. It happens in Under Siege though.
Dude.
Jeez, that movie's
so
weird.
weird.
I'm sorry. Let's do your game. Shall we?
Okay,
Okay,
Shelby.
here's it. Under Siege. I'll just say Under Siege, I think, held up better than Robin Hood Men in Tights.
whoa. Shots
I wonder
fired.
if that's
That's the
because
comparison that everyone has been waiting for.
I think I would be willing to bet. I don't know if there's any way to prove or disprove this, but it's probably has something to do with the fact that you saw Men in Tights as a child
Exactly.
and
I
you never
saw it.
saw Under Siege, so you didn't have it built up in your mind.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and I didn't
That
even
might
have
be
high
true.
expectations.
There was nothing for it to hold up against.
Men in Tights was always one of my least favorite Mel Brooks movies. But yes, I had I didn't have that frame of reference for Under Siege.
Imagine how disappointing it was the first time I showed a friend Best of the Best who had never seen Best of the Best, and he was like, "This movie sucks." I was like, "You get out right now."
That was the two of us.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys
I
watch it
didn't
too?
You made
Did I
us
make
watch
you
it.
watch it? It's so
and we
good.
were like,
I love that movie.
why?
I never watched it.
You didn't?
No, I need to.
I'm not
I've
sure
been
if I
making people
finished it.
watch that since high school.
Do I need to, Phil?
No,
It's not great.
It's not so bad it's good. Like,
Yeah,
Under
it's just
Siege is.
kind of.
You know
It's
what
pretty
is
cheesy.
so bad it's good is freaking Hard Target. We need to freaking watch the crap out of that one. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yes. Yes.
Hard Target.
Yes.
So I made my wife watch Seven the other day,
Yee.
and she goes, it's like almost to the end, and she's like, "What is it, like her head or something?"
Whoa. Whoa.
It was really funny.
Jeez.
And game time.
Yeah. Okay. This is everyone's favorite international game titled Guess That Pedal Review. This first what is this called?
Pedal.
This first review
Review.
is by
Last word you
Matt
said.
Powers. This is a 5-star review titled, "Are you trying to derail my daily life? Too good." Reviewed in the United States, January 9th, 2020. Okay. This pedal is not as good as you expect. It's better than you expect. It's like dipping your axe in hot butter and then having just a touch of the sweetest and most musical overdrive I've ever heard. And that's the clean setup with the nods in tame positions. This is out of control. I've been using a Neve emulator for over a decade from Slate, and this is a different beast entirely. Brand name. Hats off to you, brother.
JHS Color Box. Is it
Aaron
JHS
sucks.
Color Box?
Aaron sucks. Cole, you get 69 points.
I don't know of any other.
See it?
I don't know of any other.
Tab?
No, I just don't know of any other pedals that are based on a Neve console.
Yeah. The yeah.
I'm sorry. What did he say
Yeah.
though about the hot butter dripping your ass in hot butter?
Your axe.
What did I say?
It's like drip. You said ass.
Oh.
It's like dripping your axe in hot butter and then having just a touch of the sweetest and most musical overdrive
you
I've ever
call-
That's
heard.
awful. That doesn't even make sense.
Unironically call your guitar an axe.
How do you think dipping it in hot butter means anything?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's like he's trying to write the article in the Playboy that was then the
Yeah.
basis of the plot for Adventures in Babysitting.
What did he say about the knobs in what position?
Uh,
That's the clean setting with the knobs.
and that's the clean setup with the knobs in tame positions.
Oh, tame positions. I see.
Okay.
So just lower settings is what he's saying.
Yeah. I would say I've also been looking at this JHS pedals group, so maybe it was like on my mind as well.
I mean, as soon as he said, "Well done, brother," I knew it was JHS.
Because people call him brother.
Well, it's just like people think that, like, hey, me and you, we're pals.
Well done,
you know?
brother.
Well done, banana.
Wait, is this Hulk Hogan? Did Hulk Hogan write this?
Banana hands. Well done, brother.
I'm going to dip your axe in hot butter, brother.
It doesn't sound like something you would say.
Dude.
Doesn't it sound like the thing a wrestler would say?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest review I've ever heard. I'm not saying you're dumb for choosing it. I'm saying you're good. I'm glad you chose it because it's so dumb.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Dipping.
So
It's like
the
dipping
product
your axe
page-
in hot butter, and then you get some
The
overdrive.
the product page for it, it says, it talks about how they wanted to achieve the sound of going direct into a console, you know, and it says bands like the Beatles, Spoon, Wilco, and Steely Dan have used this technique for years. Like, that is quite the mix of bands.
It is quite the
On
mix
one
of
hand,
bands.
they're all like super dad rock, I
Yes.
guess. I mean, the Beatles isn't. The Beatles are the Beatles, but like Spoon, Wilco, and Steely Dan, like, oh man. That's a very specific
Spoon-
demographic there.
Spoon is one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
But I really want.
They have
I really want that pedal
surpassed-
though.
They're like one of those indie bands who became
Yeah, they've just been
popular,
around for so long
like
that they're like,
unintentionally almost.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Their
they
music
now they're
is-
just like
is good.
old, so they just
Yeah.
don't have like the same kind of raw energy. They're
Totally.
I think they're like a cool studio band, and they're crazy live too. But actually, I saw
Steely
them
Dan
live
is
once,
just like,
and they weren't even like they weren't like jumping around or anything. Like, but it was just so freaking loud. It's the loudest concert I've ever
Yeah.
been to. And I like them even more because Rob Pope plays bass with them now.
who's that? Who that is?
He's the bassist from the Get Up Kids.
Oh, I didn't.
All
know
right.
that. I didn't
Next
recognize
review.
his name. Love the Get Up Kids.
This is by Carl.
Coral?
Coral. 5-star review titled "Best Guitar Pedal Ever." Reviewed in the United States, September 18th, 2019. Take it from an audiophile who has purchased many guitar pedals.
Like an MP3?
This one
wave.
made me take the
A
others off of my pedal board. The dials are solid and smooth. Dial in a 1 or 2 out of 10 and you get rock. Anything above that and you get professional metal tone. Listen to my video for
Professional
yourself.
metal.
This pedal is to be used on the clean channel of your guitar amp. It is built to be too strong on the max settings, which is a musician's dream because anything below max is everything you could ever want. I have also found this pedal to sound infinitely better through a tube amp versus a digital. Must have designed it to enhance the gain of a tube amp. Designed this to sound like his classic professional rock tone at 1 or 2, and to please the rest of us modern metalheads at level 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. AKA, it is over-designed.
So it's like a signature
What?
pedal?
Maybe.
Oh, is it the... Okay, is it the KHDK
Is it the-
Ghoul Screamer thing?
No.
Or is that KHDK? Is that what I'm thinking?
Come on, Cole.
The Kurt Hammett one?
No.
Oh, the K.
I think it's KHDK.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is it a signature pedal?
Maybe.
Is it named after someone,
Just
or
answer
is
the-
the
what are you talking about?
like
Answer
Yes,
the person who
it
designed
is.
it? Okay.
It is.
Is it
is it that? Is it JHS?
No.
is it a Wampler?
No.
Is it like a boutique brand?
No. We do not.
Is it a
This
Zach
is a
Wild
boutique.
signature pedal?
No.
We do not think
It's a
of it
big
as
box.
a
Is it a
signature
big
brand.
box brand like Boss?
It's a bigger brand that we are.
It's like, is it MXR?
No.
Is it Electro Harmonix?
No.
Is it Ibanez?
No.
Is it Maxon?
No.
Is it
Digitech?
No.
TC Electronic?
No.
Ooh. It's a signature pedal.
What other big brands are
And
there?
it's a fuzz?
Is it Way Huge?
No.
What other big...
Is it like in like a standard Hammond whatever enclosure?
No. It's
Is it-
not standard size. It's not
Is it
single size.
It's like a double pedal
It's bigger.
or
yeah.
like wide, but it only has one foot switch.
Yes.
Is it a double? Is it just the double width?
It has 1 foot switch.
Is it
But
a
is it-
unique enclosure?
Yeah, is it like a standard double wide or is it kind of non-standard shape?
No. It's a double wide. Double wide.
Okay. Is it purple?
No.
Is it a Tom Morello pedal?
No.
It's not MXR?
No.
It's not MXR. It's not
What other big company? Is it a Joyo?
DOD. It's not like it's like a big brand though. It's not like one of the Chinese brands. Is it Zvex?
It's not. No. Correct. Is it ZVAC? No.
Is it
Signature pedal.
is the company bigger or smaller than JHS?
They're bigger.
Bigger or smaller than MXR?
It's like
I don't know.
it's not way huge.
No.
Like, is it more or less iconic than MXR? Like, how have we not said this company?
I don't want to answer the question because I'm going to get it wrong, and then later you're going to yell at me for
It's all right.
being wrong.
It
Okay,
is a very
Pass.
subjective question.
Yeah, pass.
It's not
Forgot
like
that I could say that. Pass.
it's not like Wampler or Earthquake or any of those, right? Because those are
No,
all
because those are
boutique.
on the boutique end.
it's not Boss.
This
It's
is
not MXR. It's not
correct,
Ibanez.
correct.
Oh, is it Behringer?
No.
Man,
Is it?
can't even get the company.
You're going to be mad when you...
Is
a
it a
distortion
current
pedal?
player?
Is it a Berberdewa?
Is it like someone who's a current active guitarist?
I mean, probably, yes.
Is it a John Petrucci signature from Ernie Ball?
No.
Ooh.
I don't even know if he has a pedal.
Petrucci, Cucci.
Is it a Fender pedal?
No.
It's not Digitech.
Is it Proco?
No.
It's not Maxon. It's not Ibanez.
No.
It's not Electro-Harmonics.
How are we not?
What color is it?
Black.
Like matte black or shiny black? Is it Schnobeltone?
Oh,
It's not.
sorry. It's gray with some black.
It's not an EVH pedal?
Oh.
It is.
Oh, is it? Wait, but is EVH the brand?
No.
And it's not the MXR?
No.
What? What other? EVH
Oh, is it a PV?
Oh, crap. This isn't MXR, is it?
All the EVH pedals are
EVH.
MXR.
Damn it. This says Dunlop.
Oh, I mean Dunlop.
Yeah.
Dunlop
Please
is the
tell me that-
parent company.
I was
Is it
honestly
really?
just gonna say.
Damn
I
it.
was just
I
gonna
didn't
say
know that.
Dunlop because I was thinking
I'm an
of
idiot.
wah pedals.
No, but I think Dunlop. I think the
Yeah,
EVH pedals are probably not MXR branded.
Well, like
Well, a lot of them are.
smaller phase one says
Like the
MXR
phase-
on it,
the-
but this one
the
does not.
EVH Phase 90 has MXR on it,
Hmm.
but this is the big black, like the blackish grayish.
Yeah,
one
with like the his
EVH
picture
stripes
on it. Is it the 5150?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is an MXR.
It doesn't say MXR anywhere on it. The phase does. This one does
Yeah.
not.
Oh, I'm
And
looking at
then-
the 5150.
And then in the description on Amazon anyway, it says something Dunlop, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, on the Dunlop website, it's called the MXR EVH 5150. But you're right, it doesn't say MXR
Did you
on
guys-
the box.
Did you guys see that video of Eddie Van Halen?
Oh, it does say
playing?
MXR on the box.
Did you see that video of Van Halen playing at like a high school? He donated some amps to this high school band class. Then he came in and like showed him how to play them, and he was just
Oh,
like,
nice.
shredding for this group of like 20 high school kids.
That's cool.
It's freaking Eddie Van Halen, dude. It's nuts.
Phil, is there a picture of like the, I don't know what you would call it, the foot of the pedal, like down below
Yeah.
the,
Underneath. like the
Oh
front
crap!
face.
There it is. MXR.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But you're right. It is very subtly like branded. Crazy.
Okay.
Okay, last review du jour. This is by Rob K. ROBK.
Rob K.
Rob K.
2-star review.
Rob.
Doesn't appear to do anything. United States, March 4th, 2021.
Ooh.
I've been an audio engineer for over 20 years.
That's always a good
I
news.
really wanted to like this pedal because I think every pedal effect pedal should have a blend knob. I was looking for something smaller and less expensive for my live gig acoustic guitar pedal board to replace my failing something pedal. Awesome unit. Been using it for years. I worked for the Whitey Tidy unit for 2 days, but about a day and a half longer than I should have. Once I level out the volume, turning it on and off literally does nothing. Even with the blend and comp knob dialed up all the way up. Either that or it's so soft and transparent that I can't tell the difference. It seems like a well-built unit, and I hate to give anything 1 star just because it didn't work in my particular situation, but this
That's
is
why I
just
gave it a
useless for
2
me.
Out of guilt. Phil, it's not the Whitey Tidy, is it?
Is it?
No.
Is it the... You sure?
That's not what this says.
Because you said
Is
the
it
words
the
Whitey
Tidy
Tidy.
Whitey?
I did.
Is it the Pulp and Peel? Is it a JHS compression?
It is not the Pulp and Peel. It is a JHS.
Is it a JHS that has a picture of underwear on the top of the...
No.
Okay. It's not a compressor then?
Oh, is it the
No.
3 series compressor?
I don't know what that is.
It's
Well,
just the white...
You would know if it was that, though.
Okay. Well, it's not.
I don't know if that has a blend knob. This one
I don't
has
either.
so he's saying, well, it says compression and blend turned all the way up. So it's got to
You're
be
saying it's not a compressor pedal?
That is not what this says.
Phil.
But it is a JHS pedal?
Yes. When
Is
you've
it-
had enough of me.
Like an overdrive pedal?
This is not an overdrive pedal.
I don't think there's
What
another...
color is it?
Gold.
Is it the mini
Oh, is
bomb
it the
boost?
Prestige? No, the
69
Prestige is-
points for Cole.
Prestige.
No, it's not the Prestige, because the Prestige is like a...
A boost, yes.
Yeah, but it
Has one knob.
freaking one knob, dude.
That's what this has.
Yes, but go back and read the review. Amazon's kind of screwed us here. That review you read was for the Whitey Tidy. It just happened to be like...
Yeah, it was for
It's probably
a
one of
mini
those
compressor.
Amazon listings that has multiple pedals on one listing.
Well, that's not fair.
It's all right, though.
It's not your fault, Phil.
It's not entirely your fault.
Hey, but I actually got one for once.
Yeah, see, this one,
I got the
this
wrong-
one here,
Yeah, this
it's
is misleading.
the Clover, the Pulp
See,
and
I
Peel,
thought-
the Prestige, and the Whitey Tidy all on the same.
I thought what he was saying
Listing.
is I played the Whitey Tidy and I didn't like that, but I mean like
it's
I
a
thought he
one-
was saying he's comparing it to that.
It did kind of sound like that, but go back and read the part where he says Whitey Tidy.
I worked with the Whitey Tidy unit for 2 days, about a day and a half longer than I should have. Once I level out the volume, I guess he
It's
is
a
talking
1
about-
star.
It's 2-star.
It's a
'Cause he doesn't
2-star.
want to give it
It's a
1
2-star. Okay.
Aaron.
He doesn't feel
I
comfortable.
forgot.
Just because it
giving
didn't work.
a 1
Just because it didn't work for him. I
It
love the
doesn't make any
morality of
sense though.
Rob K.
that. Rob K.
Rob K.
I really
That'll
wanted
do,
to like
Rob
it
K.
because I think every compressor pedal should have a blend knob.
Doesn't every compressor pedal have a blend knob? Maybe
No,
not, I guess.
that one doesn't have a blend knob.
The Whitey Tidy, yeah, it does.
No, does
Does
it?
the Whitey Tidy?
Oh, I guess it does. But no, a lot of compressors don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I see. I was thinking it was not.
I actually agree with that sentiment that a compressor should have a blend knob.
Yeah, same.
But at the same time, like, I can see plenty of
Although-
times where you would want where you would never want your dry signal going through a compressor, right?
Yeah, like you would want everything compressed.
Yeah. It's interesting. Well, we
It
got
depends
screwed
on
by
what you want.
Amazon.
Depends on what you want from the compressor, I guess. But
Burned by Amazon.
I like okay, when the Rat Pack came out, when they announced that,
yeah,
did you think for a second like, I kind of want to get that?
yeah, I think it's cool. I would
Yeah.
have one.
But then didn't you kind of like hate yourself?
No,
Like it sucks that
I've
is not-
I've gone back and forth about JHS so many times that like I just don't even care anymore.
it's like when there's a pedal. It's like when there's an athlete or like this won't mean anything to you guys, but there's a UFC fighter named Kobe Covington who's like very hateable. He kind of puts on an act to be even more hateable than he really is, but he's also like extremely good, which sucks. It's same with Conor McGregor. Like it'd be easy to just ignore them if they weren't good. But like
Dude, remember when he broke his leg?
What's that? Yeah.
Remember when he broke his leg?
That was nuts. The Bonsai and the Rat Pack are the same way where it's like, man, and the Muffaletta, right? It's like it's like such a boring idea, but at the same time, like, yeah, I do kind of want a pedal that has all these rats in the same pedal.
But
you
it's
know?
also like, okay, so JHS is basically their whole brand is based on like recreating things that already exist, right?
Yeah, they weirdly like started embracing it though.
Yeah. So I
'Cause,
feel like
early on they didn't want to.
yeah, they kind of like tried to, I don't know,
They
hide
totally
it or
tried
like
to
obfuscate
downplay
it
the
or
fact
whatever.
that they were ripping off pedals.
Yeah. So now he's like kind of become this like pedal historian guy, and I feel like
Yeah.
this move to those 3 pedals specifically is like a smart way to make things that have already been made, but to do it in
Yeah.
a new and kind of inventive and way that is unique to you. So like everyone has a rat clone, but no one else has 9 switchable rat
And
circuits
it's
in one
crazy
box.
that like he gets away with it now because we're separated enough from
Yeah.
you know the mid 2000s where everyone was just hating on him. You know,
I think in general, like everyone has kind of like come around to say like everything that everyone does is basically a clone of something else or based on something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't happen if that wasn't the thing that people said.
Yeah.
Cole, what was the one, wasn't it VHT? What was the brand that we
Oh yeah,
kind
the
of, like,
VHT.
that we stumbled across
Yeah.
that, and you were like, dude,
Yeah,
this
that
is
was
really
like-
cheap and it's doing this exact thing, but do you remember what it was?
basically, yeah,
It's the
not
VHT
for
V
rat.
drive.
yeah, it was a
V Drive.
$100 brand new. Is it a tube screamer
Jeez.
though?
No, it says Select Control offers 11 settings that replicate the most popular overdrives of the 80s, 90s, and beyond.
Yeah, so it's like it's even more vague.
Well, I think the difference is like
Popular overdrive.
this is trying to be like a pedal that does everything. You know, like
Yeah.
it's probably like, oh, you can
The
get Tube
differences in
Screamer
those
or
11
Rat
settings.
or like
no.
whatever.
The V Drive is not the one because, like, it doesn't have a selector knob.
Yeah, it does. It's called Select.
Okay, really?
Well,
It
I'm
says
looking
the
at.
V-Drive's 11-position select switch provides 10 different clipping diode configurations, plus a
Fine.
clean boost diode bypass mode.
Yeah, see, I think that's the thing. This is all it's doing is like changing the clipping diodes, which will get you close to a lot of different sounds, but it's not like. But it's trying to do like I would
It gives
imagine.
you the diode type of a bunch of different overdrives, but it's not.
Yeah, and I think it's
circuit.
trying to do like, Rat, Tube Screamer, whatever, like different types of overdrives.
Totally.
Whereas the
Yeah.
other one's more like niche. It's still cool.
My
And all
guess
the
is-
differences will be subtle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think with 5 other freaking knobs.
Well, yeah, by the time you get like it's weird that the tone is only like a single tone knob though.
Yeah. You mean
I wonder
instead
what
of, like,
depth and texture do. Like maybe depth is like a bass control and texture is like a presence kind of thing.
Maybe so.
Let me look. So depth is about this low end response. Texture is the harmonic content.
Which is high end. Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's almost like with these 3 different controls, you can kind of emulate any overdrive sound, and I'm sure you can like get close enough.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you want, because the JHS thing is about like, oh, we're replicating this, and like people want that.
And it's like very tweaky differences between each one.
Yeah. But if you just want to get the sounds, then you can get that from in a lot of different ways,
Yeah.
including a Helix. Dude, did you guys know before we go that the new Thrice album was recorded entirely on Helix?
Yeah.
All the guitars. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And all their
And-
live stuff. I kind of
yeah,
regret
he
not
just
going
tours
to
with
that
the
show.
Helix.
I was going to go. I was planning on going, and then everyone that I was going to go with bailed.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't really want to go by myself.
And then I saw his
I
signature
think I
guitar. You see, you didn't end up going.
Yeah.
You should have. I mean, that's what you just.
I
said.
know, Aaron.
His signature guitar is really cool, and so I was like at Guitar Center. I was looking for it. It's like $3,500.
Yeah, dude. It's rough.
That's a lot for.
It's like the opposite of the J Mascus.
Yeah. Like, wow, this guitar
Like,
is
hey,
very
poor
expensive.
people, screw you.
It's a freaking cool guitar, though.
Yeah, it is. I do like. It is a very cool move, though, to have like a low end signature guitar that you actually play, like J Mascus does.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, like, I'm sure there's other examples like that too, but yeah,
J Mascus is cool.
they're coming in February. Dinosaur Jr. is. We're going to that. Speaking of insanely loud shows like Spoon,
Oh, nice. Where are they playing? Like a medium-sized
not a
place?
huge. It's actually an old. It's an old like train station that they've converted into a concert venue.
Nice. You should go see Train. I think that you would like that. I think you would.
Dude, I
enjoy
loved Train when I was in high school. In fact, I feel like I saw him open for somebody. It wasn't Bare Naked. It might have been. Oh, I think it was Bare Naked Ladies, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Which totally fits, right?
Mm-hmm. It's been
Man.
this is a great episode, guys.
It's been a great episode.
Phil, I enjoyed your game this week. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. For my
Cole, I
service.
enjoyed your movie recaps. Thank you for your service.
And thank you for your service, Aaron,
If there's anything you guys want to say,
for serving this country's military.
well, I served them. They got served.
Served in a hot stack
I
of
dipped their axe in hot butter.
hot butter. Dude. It kind of makes me angry.
It's a ridiculous thing to say.
It's a really bad thing to say.
Phil, you had 2 JHS pedals today.
So,
I'm just saying. That's not
Okay.
like you.
isn't it?
Speaking of that, you know how like whenever someone does something bad, they're always like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is. You're the one who did it.
You're the one who did it. It's literally who you are.
It's exactly who you are. You just don't want
Yeah.
to admit it to yourself.
Yeah.
What they mean is, please don't define me by this. That's what
Yeah.
they really
Yeah.
mean.
That's not who I want to be seen as. I want to
Yes,
do the
that's
thing. I still want to do it, but I don't want it to define me.
Yeah. I don't want you to know that that's who I am.
I know I've been doing this secretly for a decade and a half, but
Dude,
it's
that's why
it's
it's
really
like-
not. It's not who I am. All that to say, this podcast is not a representative of who I am.
It's not who we are.
It's not. Yeah, you can't hold
This
us.
is who I am.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The way all 3 of us act is exactly who Phil is. Yes.
No,
let
why your
everything
wife likes it so
everything we
much.
say is a direct
I don't
reflection
interrupt
of
people.
who he is. You do.
no.
You do. Okay, Phil. I gave Aaron a lot of crap in this episode for interrupting. You interrupt a lot too. And so do I. We all
We all do. I'm just known for it, and I'll wear that badge. Proud of it.
I do not interrupt.
that is who Aaron is,
with
but it's
the
also who you are.
intensity, with the intensity and the frequency that Aaron does.
You don't bear the weight of hosting a podcast on your shoulders.
Phil,
The
you
level of
deserve
responsibility
you
I
deserve
carry.
to be interrupted sometimes. You were asking for it.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to be interrupted, you shouldn't have dressed like that, is what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. You're like a chocolate fondue fountain. And every once in a while you gotta stick a marshmallow in there. Otherwise no one will ever have dessert.
No, you're like a big bowl of hot butter. Every once in a while, Aaron has to dip his
Dip in.
axe
You gotta
in.
interrupt the surface.
Yeah, you got to break that surface tension on the butter.
For a second I thought that review was about lobster.
I don't, do you guys do the whole butter, like all the butter while you're doing lobster?
I like to dip crab into butter. I don't really like
Yeah.
lobster all that much.
Cole, I only own one swimming pool, so I don't eat lobster that often.
I guess I've only had lobster probably twice in my whole life. But the
I
butter,
think I
it
had
seems like,
lobster with Andy.
isn't it
that's
enough? Isn't it enough that you have lobster? Like, do you really have to make it more,
I only ever
succulent?
get like the cheap lobster that's like in things, not like lobster
Yeah,
tail.
like lobster bisque or whatever.
Like lobster. Get a lobster pizza or something weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pineapple does not belong in lobster.
Hey guys, thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
I think they should start calling lobbyists lobsters.
I do like that.
And thanks for friendship.
I'd like to dip some of them in butter, if you know what I'm saying.
Ooh.
To murder them. I would like to murder some of them.
Like Joker style. Like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Tim Burton Joker style.
Yeah, and his hand, his
Yeah.
hand stick up, and then it melts down.